Can you scoot over some? Hey. Hush it up now. You need to hush it up. Scoot over, King.
Oh, you need tissue. Emergency, we need tissue. Bubbles coming out of my nose.
King, who gonna move to go get the tissue? Me.
Oh yeah.
You going with me?
No, he said, oh yeah.
I'm getting crazy. And he's crazy. And he's crazy. And he's crazy.
You just thinking.
And he's crazy. And he's crazy. And he's crazy. And he's crazy. Ah! Oh, get my hair. Mom, hold your
All right, everybody take a 10-minute nap. Because mommy tired. Come through. Get it, boo. Get it, boo. Ooh. Shaking your bum. What in the world? All right, come on, man. Wash your face.
Ah!
Here is a... Woo. Come on. Wash your face. No, your washcloth right there. The white one.
That's not a cloth. That's a towel.
It's still for your face.
Catherine! Catherine!
The disrespect.
Catherine!
The disrespect is heavy.
I said, Mommy, that's not a towel. I said, Mommy. I said,
Ooh, now you're so cute.
I said, Leah, that's not our clothes.
It is though.
No, it's not.
Who you talking to? Your imaginary friend.
I said it's not our clothes.
I'm just saying, you must be talking to your imaginary friend. Okay, come get it out. Go wee.
Huh?
Don't wipe your face on it. Just go wee. Go wee. Bye. Yeah. So yeah. Hi. They can't see you. Hi. Lennox, look. Hey. Is that you? Hey, girl. So we're about to go for a walk. It's definitely getting cool outside, and I definitely do not want to go for a walk now. I've changed my mind, but we got Miss 20,000 steps a day person here.
You put us on it.
I mean, I started that about 2 months ago, and I fell off after like 2-3 weeks, and I never turned back to them 20 steps. But you know, now we're back trying to. It'd be just talk for me in the morning because I'd be motivated. But by it's what 4 o'clock. Nah, it's cold outside too. Nah,
I think before 4 o'clock for you.
But I'm just saying it's 4 o'clock right now.
Yeah.
So it's like.
But your motivation goes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm unmotivated now. Like that motivation's out the window. It's cold outside. You know, all I want is a milkshake. Like.
Stop.
Yeah. So, baby, you got anything you want to say for our session? Should we do our session? So should we do our session right here? What the people been asking for?
What they been asking for?
They been asking for the one of the episodes need to be about what we did for the IUI.
Oh, okay.
I mean, we sit here, we chilling. We might as well give y'all a little bit of information. So from the beginning, we discussed having kids, wanting kids, and like we came up with names and everything. And honestly, we thought we was gonna be able to. We thought we did something when we first contacted the clinic, We thought we was gonna be able to walk in there, you know, have our little consultation, walk in there, and start right away. Like we thought, like yo, we about to have this baby. Like we about to have a baby in like a month too. Like we about to be already
pregnant in a month or
two. Little did we know. And I mean, I'm grateful now that we even went through that long process that we went through, because we got 2 beautiful kids right now, and we got the best doctor in Melbourne. You know what I'm saying? She done made some things work, some things happen. So anyways, yeah, so we had a consultation, and what we did was we Googled.
We chose a doctor.
Yeah, we chose a doctor, but we went on the internet and looked at what clinic, and we went with you know, Melbourne's clinic, IVF clinic, and so we did that. So we met her, and it went well. But like I said, little did we know that we had a long journey ahead of us. So the first thing we had to do was we both had to go get blood work. Catherine had to go get like a physical test, like a pap smear, but like a intense one.
Way worse,
intense one. And
I think I had to do like 3 different things.
Yeah, she had to do like 3 different things. And mind you, we was like, okay, next. We want to hurry up, and like every appointment was like a month apart. Like months was just going by, and so then we finally got to the part where we had to find a donor. We
went and saw the donor nurse lady.
We went and seen the donor team. That's what it's called, donor team. And we met to speak about what they had available for us. And let's just say how we left there. I left there not happy at all. I didn't like the words that she used. But I mean, maybe I was just, you know, taking offense to what she was saying. She basically was showing us, like telling us that like it was a book. Was it a book we had to choose out of that we could have chosen?
We didn't see anything, but she spoke to us how it would be.
We had 3 options. We could pick. It was 3 different races we could pick: white, Indian, Sri Lankan.
Well, that was together. The Indian Sri Lankan.
Indian Sri Lankan together, or Asian.
No, I don't think. I think she said there was just like a couple of Asian.
And then maybe Asian,
but predominantly Australian.
And then maybe Asian too. So
that was not a part of what we wanted. That was not part of our plan to choose from.
Right, that wasn't.
Especially because remember we seen on the website like they got remember how they used like sperm from California or something?
Okay, so we was under the impression that we could get sperm from California. Let me just go ahead and put out there.
Because it said it on their website.
Yeah, they had mentioned California Sperm Bank or something like that. Let me go ahead and put it out there that, so we thought we was going to be able to get an African American, but that wasn't the case at all. Like, basically, she told us that because they didn't have black or African or whatever descent people that's the word she used was recruit. Now somebody tried to come behind her and say, well, maybe that's not what she meant. She said we don't recruit black people, basically. So I didn't feel that word, but whatever, I got past that. But the simple fact is the next thing she said was just like, okay, you and your fiance, would y'all do that? Like, she told us that if we wanted a colored child or a child with color, then we should lean towards getting a Sri Lankan donor. I have nothing wrong with Sri Lankan. Hey, we got plenty of people that's Indian, Sri Lankan in our family, whatever. It's not what I'm saying. It's a difference. How do you come to me when I say I want a child that's African descent because I'm African descent, African American, and you come to me and you say, well, basically, you're worried about the color of the child. No, that's not it. But don't come at me and say you should just go with Sri Lankan. Like, how about try to, let's find a better situation. How about start recruiting African American? Start recruiting Africans then. Like, but anyways, that's a whole nother story. So, long story short, donor team first initial meeting with the donor team was just, it had us
upset. We was upset.
Yeah, we was upset. We was upset, but you know what I'm saying?
But I'm glad it worked out that way.
It worked out that way. I'm gonna tell you why. Hold up. Let me tell you why. I got G over here.
We should pull us.
We ain't sleeping. Hang on real quick. We'll be right back. Okay. So, God bless you, stinker butt. Okay. So, like I said, my G went home and she got on the computer that night and she started just doing her own thing. I ain't even know nothing about it. And she wound up finding like an organization. I don't know what the website is.
Okay.
But long story short, we didn't give up. And she went and she found a organization or a website where people go back and forth and say, they kind of just, it's like a organization that, like a network for people that's looking for donors, looking for egg donors, looking for sperm donors, whatever. And instead of using a clinic, you talk amongst yourselves and try to figure some stuff out. And also, let me just backtrack and say that in Australia, you can't pay. Like in America, you have a sperm bank. You can go to a sperm bank. Men can donate sperm and get money for it. Here, you can't do that. And on top of that, you can't. But what is it with the surrogate?
You can't pay someone to be a.
You can't pay somebody. You can't pay someone to be a surrogate neither here. So that's just off the rip that you can't do that. You can't do that. So, where was I with the surrogate? Okay, yeah. So that was already out the question. You can't money transactions with people like that or whatever like that, as far as like, paying somebody for their sperm and stuff like that. And then on top of that, here in Australia, which I think is kind of good, the donor that is chosen through the clinic can only be used 10 times in Australia because they don't want one man to have 100 children out there mixing and linking up. So at the 10 times that donor's out, you can't do it no more. And like I said, all these donors at the clinic that do have sperm in the clinic for people to use, they did it for free. They apparently they recruited these people and these people agreed to do it. So it wasn't like they got any money for it or anything like that. Okay, fast forward. Me and Catherine, like I said, Catherine went online. She started networking with some people. I was informed, so I knew. And she wrote maybe like 3 guys. And one guy wrote her back. And I'm telling you, to step out on faith like that and a stranger and just to even, it never crossed my mind. Like, I mean, nothing in my life ever crossed my mind. Like, I never thought I'd end up in Australia. Like, none of this stuff ever crossed my mind. So, just to think that we was going to come across a stranger and meet this stranger, it's almost like you put yourself in a situation like you're in a movie or something. But we did it. We met this guy. And turned out to be a real, genuine guy, Nigerian descent. I'm Nigerian. And turned out to be great. Like, great, good guy. We haven't had any problems. Thank you, Lord. He give us our space, our privacy, and we was able to set boundaries before we even met him. Even with the clinic, when we was gonna go with the clinic, we was able to set boundaries as far as like, if we did get somebody from the clinic, what kind of boundaries we wanted. You can write what you want, what kind of contact you want, and all that kind of stuff like that. Okay, so we found our own guy. We had to bring him to Melbourne. We had to bring him to the clinic, and we didn't have to do this. We chose to because he was doing us a favor, so we wanted to guide him. We didn't want to just throw him out there and be like, we wanted to know the process too, to make sure that everything right, ain't nothing sketchy or none of that. So what we did was, you know, we all went to the clinic. He did his thing. He had to do blood work. He had to do, you know, fill in forms and all kind of stuff like that. And then on top of all of that, we all had to go to a counseling meeting. So we had, 3 sessions?
3 sessions. Yeah.
And what did he have?
He had 2.
He had 2 sessions. We had 3 sessions. And we, like I said, like, just like seeing movies, which I don't even know if it's accurate, or hearing other people doing IVF, stuff like that. I've never heard of anybody having to go to counseling. Like, I mean, maybe it's just Australia and that's the way they roll. And honestly, like, I see why they do it, but we just were so blown away, because like I said, we just thought that we was gonna be able to go in there, boom, 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 and that's it. Ha! And that's not the case. This whole process took us a whole year.
I'm about to say, yeah, a year later. So after counseling, after he donated, the sperm had to go into quarantine, get checked, and a whole year later from when we made that first call to make our first appointment.
Whole year
that's
later.
When actually I started, like, medications, injections.
Also, yeah, a whole year later is when we even started the injections. So that wasn't even like a whole year later, baby. No, a whole year later is when we finally got, like, authorized, you know, finally got pushed through to do injections, medications, and stuff like that, and then insemination. But like I said, we had to do the counseling. He had to do the counseling. Then you think you about to just get the sperm, whatever. No, it don't work like that. You have to, here in Australia, they put the sperm in the quarantine for 3 months. So when he donated, you still have to wait an extra 3 months to even get anything popping. So, like I said, it was a test to us, but I feel like, so that's that, all that happened. Let's remind them that we ain't even talked about the money yet, the fees yet. We ain't talked about none of that yet. And then on top of that, we ain't talked about the fact that we did IUI, we didn't do IVF. So IUI is when they actually just put the sperm inside of you, and you hope that the sperm swims and does its thing and finds an egg itself. It's not IVF where they put it inside of an egg. It's not that. IUI is cheaper. It's much cheaper. It's a couple thousand, which IVF is
it's 20.
A lot of thousands. It could have been 12.
12, or if we went to
it could have been 12. It could
25.
be 17. It could be 20. It just depends on what they have to do or whatever. So yes, I'm going to say that those were her eggs. We didn't do no egg donor, no switch. Those are her eggs, but these are still my babies. One more thing. Oh, so yeah, like I said, we didn't even discuss the cost yet, but let me just say that I do think some of the stuff that they talked about in counseling was like, what are we going to tell our child when they start asking, you know, who's the parent or whatever? How are we going to feel if it don't work? How, you know, how are we going to explain to our families? Like, they just went over everything to make you think, like, wow, well, I never thought about that. Or they recommended books you can read your children to explain, well,
about sperm donors
and how this man helped mommy make you, like, just in a kitty wordy type of vibe or whatever. So we learned a lot. I really feel like we experts, because we done, you know, we got 2 kids, but we done been through the cycles a couple of times, because this gets to that part. The first time we did it, it didn't work. And when I tell you that's a whole letdown, that's a whole letdown. Yeah, so the first time for us, it did not work. So that means we had to wait. No, we didn't. Because what happens is, once you go for your blood test, that day that you go for your blood test, you're going to either know if you're pregnant or not. Because when you go for your blood test,
To check if you're pregnant.
To check if you're pregnant.
Your period might come.
Your period might come on that day. So if you wake up with blood, you already know that you ain't even got to go take the blood test, really, because you already know you bleeding. You ain't pregnant. But still. So once you bleeding,
you can start your next cycle.
You can start your next cycle. So what we did was, the first time we did it, you almost wait like a month. So when she went for her blood test, she was bleeding. She still did her blood test. It came back negative. So the following day is your day 1 because you have a heavy flow of blood. That's your day 1. So then you have to start injections all over again. So that's what we did. And our second try, we got big head back there. And after that, it was great. You know what I'm saying? We had him. We did that in March, and we had him in November. And we wanted to go again. I don't know why we didn't go again. We waited a while. We went
to America.
We went to America. We got married. We did a couple of things in between that.
And when we came back from America, we started trying again. It was about June. We came back in May. We started in June. And it was a lot.
But it didn't end. But it also, oh yeah, but still 2 years had already passed though. 2 years had passed.
Well, because he was November. We came back from the wedding in like May 2018. Then we started in June 2018. We did.
But but it didn't work. I think it didn't work.
We went through 5 or 4.5 almost for this one. Because one time
Because 2 times, so I think we did 2 times before.
And then we had a break. She told us to have a break.
We had a break. Yeah, I think it was maybe 3 or 4 times. I think it was maybe 3 times.
And then a break, and then 2 times. Because
no, but we did not. Yeah. No, it was like, nah. It was not that many times.
It was 2.5 because we stopped one time. We didn't do the insemination. And then she told us to have a break because we found out I had polycystic ovaries.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did some other stuff. We had a break. And
then and then we
times.
did 2 more.
Yeah.
So then we did it again and it didn't work?
Yep, and then on the second time.
Nah, no.
Yes.
No.
She didn't work first after the break.
Nah, when we was ready to do it, it was the first time, right? I'm talking about this time around. When we did it this time around and we was ready to start, I thought it happened on the first time.
No.
It didn't.
No.
So I don't be doing. She know. You know.
It was like 4.5.
The way I try to keep up is the money that we got to keep kicking out. So that's how I try to keep up. So I really should know. We both really should be.
Each try is a new round of payment.
Yeah, each round is a new round of payments. The first time with King, all up, that's for both rounds and everything. Donuts, meeting with the donor team, all the scans, all the stuff.
The first few blood tests.
All that stuff.
Which you only have to do one time.
King whole operation, the whole operation, that all was $8,000. Here, $8,000. Now that's not gonna be for everybody, and it might not even be that way in America. I'm just telling you how it is here. It cost us with everything we had to do from the jump. You know, it cost us $8,000. It don't cost that much, but it cost us $8,000. Second time around, maybe 5, maybe 4. Right? I mean, if we had to do her twice, if we had to do her like 5 times.
No, because that half time we didn't pay the full.
Right.
She didn't send next.
Right, but she might have been giving us a discount, and Catherine just told y'all that she putting out our business. The doctor might have just looked out for us, but she just told y'all. It's cool. Ha!
I don't know how much. It's like a second time.
But what the good thing about it is we get rebates back on get half a rebate back on some of the stuff. I'm tired. All right, well, that's that's
how it works.
How it worked for us. That's how it worked for us. All right, so yeah, that's all I got for y'all, and we'll be back, and y'all be back for another episode of Hunter Gang, the family.
Bye.
Yeah.